What's the benefits of them not discussing that up front and just being honest? I mean, Hulk's got millions of fans around the world. I mean, there's no question about that. If the guy went in for serious heart surgery, I just don't know the benefits of kayfabing that. I would say, I hate to bring it up, bro, because I don't know if this is a topic, but this is a freaking wild story. If I had to say anybody, I would say Hogan. Have you been following what's going on with Hogan?
I think it's one of our top.
Oh, is it? Oh, yes.
Okay,
yeah.
I like to see the latest that Raju has, but I would say definitely. I would say Hogan, but I hope he's okay. I mean, there's a lot of chatter going on around him right now.
The Hogan heat would be not X-Pac heat; it would be like a loathing. So there's a difference.
Yeah.
Hogan heat's like, it's a new level. It doesn't have a definition yet. You know what? Comment below what you think the definition of Hogan heat is.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. Good segue. Hogan heat. What is Hogan heat to the fans? Comment below. Speaking of Hulk Hogan, Bubba the Love Sponge reported that Hulk Hogan was hospitalized and people were coming to say goodbye. He said, "So I tell you this, if you did some sniffing around, you might find him in a hospital near you, and it's not good. I got some pretty reliable information last night that there are phone calls being made to various family members about getting to town to come say your goodbyes." TMZ squashed that rumor. They said he's in the hospital to deal with neck and back issues. So also Paul Roma calls out Hulk Hogan for shoot fights in a UFC style setting. He said this on the Power and Glory podcast. There's a gentleman out there, I think he has a couple years on me, maybe 2. I don't think we spoke much about. And I like to get him in that octagon and put a little Paul Roma hurting upside his head. I'm talking about none other than brother Hulk Hogan. I'm going to slap the taste of brother out of his mouth. So Vince Russo, with all the goings on with Hulk Hogan, man, what say ye about?
He doesn't have. Raju doesn't have the latest, bro. This is from Us Weekly. Okay, like the people. Hulk Hogan is recovering after recently undergoing heart surgery. A source close to the wrestling legend exclusively tells Us Weekly. Hulk had pretty serious heart surgery a few weeks ago and was doing well afterward. It wasn't a near-death thing, the source explains. Hogan has been recovering from the operation. So, there's a lot of kabuki-ish things going on, Chris. Because let me tell you something. First of all, like I kind of know Bubba, bro. He is a straight-up guy. I mean, he's an honest guy. I mean, he really is a straight up guy. And bro, everybody knows he had a long relationship with Hogan. They don't talk because of the Gawker, his wife thing. But Bubba certainly knows people very, very close to Hogan, without a shadow of a doubt. And to make a statement like that, man, I doubt sincerely he's just going to pull that out of the backside. So now then all of a sudden, the representatives come forward and say he had neck surgery. But now it's being reported that he actually did have heart surgery. Bro, at the end of the day, I mean, I hope the dude's okay. But Chris, I don't know. Like, again, let's get into Chris, the psychologist. If Hulk Hogan went in a couple of weeks to have heart surgery, right? Why is everything such a big secret? Like, I don't know why we have to go through all this. If Hulk had a condition and he had to go have heart surgery, like, why do we gotta lie and say it was neck surgery only to find out it was heart surgery? I just don't. What's the benefits of them not discussing that up front and just being honest? I mean, Hulk's got millions of fans around the world. I mean, there's no question about that. If the guy went in for serious heart surgery, I just don't know the benefits of kayfabing that.
Well, you have to think about, Vince, Hulk Hogan better than any other person on the screen right now. And, it's the Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair type of complex when it comes to making sure that the gimmick is protected at all costs. And so if it makes him look vulnerable in any way, there's no way that that the immortal Hulk Hogan is going to look vulnerable in any way, because the Hulk Hogan gimmick, it never dies. And so if there's any type of vulnerability with it, no. You gotta no sell that. You gotta no sell it, man. So a lot of stuff I
think that's nuts, and I think it's wrong, because he really does have people from around the world that really, really, really care about him, and now they're reading. Did he have a heart attack? Did he have neck surgery? I just
right. Yeah.
See. I would think the opposite, Chris. I would think it brings sympathy on him. And why wouldn't he want that sympathy? Because he's kind of been going through a rocky time of late.
It depends on what type of narcissistic tendencies that a gimmick like that would have. So there's different types of narcissism, but there's two main types of narcissism. There's what's called grandiose or overt narcissism, or what's called vulnerable or covert narcissism. A grandiose narcissist wants to be sure that, he's protected at any cost, and he's the baddest man on the block, and he doesn't want to say, there's nothing about him that wants to be protected as weak and vulnerable at any cost, not at all, ever. So they're both rooted out of insecurity. The covert narcissist is the one who plays the sympathy card to have a backdoor reaction for people to feel sorry for him or her. So that's another way of showing narcissism. But if someone's grandiose though, and to continue to play on their character and play on their gimmick, it's really, really hard for them to get out of the character, because any type of weakness, like I told you before, like I gave y'all before with the diagram about the freckles, right? Any type of weakness is that gives that person the ability to see the unfiltered freckle picture, and what they do is, nope, you can't do that, right? There's no way. So that's how that works when someone's really trying to protect their ego in that way. So I do think that that's seemingly the case. But with TMZ, somebody from Hogan's camp told TMZ that they tried to undersell it. It wasn't a heart issue, but someone told us Weekly exclusively that it was a heart issue, and Bubba was correct. I mean, maybe it wasn't as serious as he thought it was going to be, but it was a lot more serious than TMZ reported. So yeah. EC3, deep thought there.
Yeah, no, you handled all the depth, so I'm just going to go wacky with it. First off, no matter what the condition, no matter whom it is, hope for the best. Hope they're going to be all right, even if it is something that's like a back thing. Like anytime you go under the knife, not good. So prayers up for the Hulkster. Having said that, if Paul Romo's got any hair on his sack, he's flying down to Tampa, and he's just going to slap Hulk in the bed. Wham! And let's go. That's power. That's glory. That would make some news. So I don't know why is Paul trying to fight him, short of the obvious of past transgressions and things of that nature, and the fact that if you say you're going to fight somebody that's on the downslope of popularity, you'll get yeah, buddy. So that's curious to me.
Yeah. We never know hey man, power and glory, and the what was it, the Young Stallions, him and Jim Powers, they were the Young Stallions, right?
Roma was sweet too, man.
And they have he was. Then they have the All American Boys by Jim Hart. All American Boys. Well, that was the one from Jimmy Hart. I love pro wrestling theme songs, man. Like
Girls in Cars. Remember Girls in Cars?
Girls in Cars was the Strike Force.
Yeah.
That was Santana and Martel. Yeah, but so I do think that with Roma, you never know, man. Him and Hogan worked together for years, and there could be all kinds of stuff. EC3, you're a wrestling historian of sorts. Do you remember the infamous Roman no sell on a Dust Wunderkind? Alex Wright, the match.
Yeah. Oh. I mean, I can't visualize it right now, but I remember it was.
Oh my gosh, man! It was brutal. It was brutal.
That poor young, blonde-haired, blue-eyed German into the fire like real fast.
Man, it was bad. Vince, you need to watch that, man. It was, Alex Wright, Dust Wunderkind was a big heartthrob back in the early '90s. In WCW, and basically he, Rome was supposed to put him over, and Rome was just jacked to the max, and just super athletic, just an amazing competitor, and so he's supposed to put over Alex Wright, and Paul Roman's like, not before I end up making a statement, before I put him over. And he knows so much. He would pop up. It was hilarious. It was like in the moment, like watching that 30 years ago, it's like, whoa, man, this is brutal. But, in hindsight, man, that's crazy. That's one of his biggest things that he's known for in his whole career, unfortunately. But yeah, man, you got to check that. You got to check that out.
Funny, and can I handle the segue? I think I have an idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, but it's funny watching, like, when you don't know much, like a kid watching wrestling coming up, and you're watching matches, and but then you see something like what Paul Roma did, and you're like, this looks different. This is strange.